It's just surreal. Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's 7:15 on Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day here in Flagstaff. I'm headed north up on Fort Valley Road, and I have a plan for today, and that plan is I am headed up to the trailhead to climb that mountain right there. So that is Humphreys Peak. That is the highest point in Arizona, 12,600-ish feet. And I like to try and make my way up that mountain at least once or twice a year, and I have not been up it yet this year, so that's where I'm headed. I am headed to the trailhead because I'd like to summit Arizona's high point today. So the hike itself is about 10 miles round trip. I've got all my hiking gear with me, and it's about 3,200 feet of gain, so it's a tough climb, but thankfully it's not very technical. It's mostly class 1 and class 2 trail. So yeah, that's the plan. I hope to have a really good day. It's going to be sunny and hot, so lots of sunblock today, and I might try and make a short detour near the summit. There's a spot along the west face of the mountain where if you hike off trail for about a quarter mile, you can actually find an old plane crash site. So I haven't yet seen that, and I think I know where it is. I'm gonna see if I can find it while we're up there, but yeah, that's the plan. So let's get to it. I'm excited. All right, cool. So we are starting up Snowbowl Road. This is the road that'll take us up to the trailhead, and it starts right at the base of the mountain at about 7,000 feet. And we are going to take this twisty road all the way up to 9,000. So it should be a really fun, twisty, circuitous route to the top. I've always wanted to do this on the bike just because I've done it on foot and on my bicycle, and it's really fun and twisty. So this should be a fun little trip to the top here. And then we'll park at the trailhead, get all geared up and get all set up for the hike and start up the trail. First 3 miles is all like this, very moderate, nothing too crazy. And then there's about a mile before the saddle gets pretty steep and rocky, and then about a mile up along the ridge, which is the prettiest part, of course. All right, guys, we just rolled over 1 mile. We're at about 9,800 feet now, and still just plodding along in the woods. So it's Beautiful morning, and I'm already hot in this extra layer. So it is warming up and my heart is pumping. So, but as you can see, the trail is really, really moderate. It's not difficult at all. A few rocks to step around, but definitely not bad. At least not down here. Gets a little bit more technical up near the saddle and the ridge. So anyway, let's keep moving. You can tell I'm breathing hard. We're also just about 10,000 feet, 9940. So just up here is 10,000. So definitely less O2 to feed those starving muscles. All right, we are still in the thick of the steep, rooty, rocky, wooded stuff. And we probably still got at least another mile of it. We're starting to get some views though, out that way. Anyway, we are just about 2 miles in, 1.97. We're also almost 1,000 feet, 960. Getting a little bit closer to tree line. So, yeah. It's very quiet up here. Despite all those cars in the parking lot, I've only run into a few people. So, I'll take it. Now we're starting to get a little more serious. Definitely don't think I ate enough breakfast this morning. A bowl of muesli just isn't cutting it. All right, 3.4 in, and you can see Agassiz over there and the ski lift. So very soon now, we're gonna start getting into the really steep stuff. So hang on tight, because here we go. About 1.5 miles to the summit. I already scraped my finger. That's funny. Oh, sorry.
Is that John?
Yeah.
Hey, Joel.
What's up, man?
Hey.
That was great. I ran into an old friend there. All right. Well, we've hit the first huge milestone, the saddle of Humphreys. Just about at 4 miles, 3.95, and 2,300 feet. That, my friends, is the summit. So we've got to loop all the way around and still climb about 1,000 feet. So, all right, we do have this little steep bit here. There's a few bits like this, but overall I find this stretch to be much more rewarding, probably because of the views. Wow, not bad. All right, get some good views of some mountains here. So that's Kendrick right there. That's Sick Graves, and way out there, that's Bill Williams. Just went up that last week on the bike. There's a definite smoke haze on the horizon, probably from all the California fires. Yeah, and you look out that way, you can actually see Oak Creek Canyon down towards Sedona, you can actually just make out some of the red rocks of Sedona. And then of course up this way, beyond the haze, I can just sort of make it out. You probably can't see it on the camera, but it's actually the Grand Canyon. So that is the summit back there. All right, you can really get a good sense of the whole San Francisco peaks here. So it's Humphreys, and then it wraps around over to Agassiz and then keeps going. And this entire bowl here used to be a summit, just like Mount St. Helens, and it blew out. So this is basically just a giant blown out caldera. And a lot of geologists think that when this was an intact stratovolcano, that it could have been as high as 16,000 feet. That is it. About 0.4 and a few hundred feet of climb. There it is. It's busy up here. Busy, busy. Not too bad. Not too bad. Making pretty good time on this descent. It's obviously much quicker than the climb. It's supposed to be over this way. We're gonna try and find it. There's a cairn, so clearly we're on the right track. Somebody has been this way, so we're gonna see if we can't track it down. This is all off trail for sure. It says it's only about a quarter mile though, so it shouldn't take too long to get there. So there's a cairn. Another cairn. So there's definitely a marked trail to this crash site, which is awesome. So you don't really need to know how to get there. You kind of just have to follow the cairns. There's one here and then one up there. So it does require going back up a couple hundred feet though. So keep that in mind. So if we can climb up just a little bit more, we can basically contour all the way over. So I think that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm just gonna climb a little bit more right here, where it's not so bad. I think we only have to climb about 60 feet or so. But also keep making my way kind of in this general direction. Man, we are off the path right now. Bushwhacking our way across Mount Humphreys. Some rain clouds are starting to come in. So we definitely don't want to be up here for too long. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna rain. I want to get the heck off this mountain before we start getting lightning and rain. Oh, I see something reflecting in the distance that looks like it could be metal. Wow, there are just pieces strewn everywhere. Wow. That is just surreal. There's pieces all the way down there. It's hard to say where the fuselage even is. This is definitely a wing. So I never talk about it on this channel, but I do actually have my pilot's license. So seeing something like this is very sobering. Wow. There's the prop. One of the props. Wow. Damn. That is wild. Just blows me away how dispersed all of it is. I think it's time to get down this mountain because it is raining right there. So let's do this. Alright, it is starting to rain on the mountain, but we are back on the trail. Well, we just got our first thunder and lightning, so definitely a good thing that I'm heading down the mountain and not up it. Because I do not want to be at elevation when the lightning comes. Some good thunder. Here's what boggles my mind. Rain's picking up, thunder's getting stupid loud, lightning is visible, people are still going up the mountain. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, yep. All right, so we are just about back to the trailhead on this eerily exposed little bit here as massive rain clouds are pouring down ahead of us with visible lightning and thunder. So needless to say, I am happy to be almost done with this hike. I might have a wet ride on the way home though, so we'll see. Wow, totally different. Everything has changed since this morning. I mean, there wasn't a cloud in the sky this morning. Ooh, did you see that? Damn. Okay, I need to get off this exposed bit.
Hey,
Howdy.
glad to be down.
Yes, I was very surprised at the number of people still going up. Let's see any raindrops. Oh yeah, it rained. Definitely rained. Okay, we are on the bike and on our way, and it is not really raining, so we might have made it through the worst of it. Man, yeah, timed that pretty perfectly actually. Only got a little bit wet, and it's you know, it's sprinkling right now, but it's not bad. Not fun at all. I am a wet dog right now. Oh my god, this sucks. This sucks so bad. Oh, I should have put on my rain gear. So stupid. Alright guys, well, just about to get home here, and I think I'll sign off and be grateful that I had a successful day despite the rain, and looks like I'm gonna make it home in one piece and survive to adventure another day. So signing off. All right, everyone, so I made it home safe and sound. I did get a little bit wet there at the end, but thankfully the rains let up a few miles from home, so I was able to air out a little bit before I actually got here. The mountain was amazing as always. It's such a fun trail. It's very accessible. It's not too technical. Views at the top are amazing. I had great weather going up. The weather turned a little nasty on the way down. I did get a lot of lightning and some thunder, but thankfully I was obviously headed in the right direction back to the bike. So I wasn't too nervous about it while it was happening. I was more worried about people that were still going back up the mountain. I'm really glad that I took the time to visit the B-24 crash site. It's a place that I've read about and I've always sort of wanted to explore and pay my respects. So it was quite surreal to see it in person, all the pieces of the plane that are still perfectly intact from almost 100 years ago. I did look up the crash online to get a little more information about it, and it sounds like it happened in 1944. And sadly, 8 crew members did perish as a result of the crash. So there's a plaque there now, a memorial for those crew members. The ride down, as you saw, was quite wet, and stubbornly I did not put my rain gear on thinking I'd make it home. It's only a few miles down the road, and I got drenched. So lesson learned, it's always a good idea to put your rain gear on when you think it's gonna rain. Thankfully, I was at least smart enough to put the rain cover on the bike while I was hiking, so that actually worked out well because the bike did not get wet while it was sitting there. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining along for the adventure today, and take care out there and be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.